Yeah. What's up? What's good? What's pop? What's cracking? Percolate was really good news, man. Theo Butler. Yeah, we here. We here. We here. We here. We are. We here. We here. We here. Yeah, I can see it. So I see we here. What's up? What's good? What's popping? What's cracking? What's percolating? What's really good in the hood, man? Theo Butler. And damn. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. For the channel anyway, I don't think I had anything to do with part of this. And I know damn good and well I had a lot to do with the other part. Yeah, before we begin, like, you see what we got. Oh, man. I had no idea. I was this old. I was this old. I really, really was. I see we got one person in the building. That's probably Kamoyo. Either Kamoyo or Grand Madam. But yeah, Anthony, Ororo Munroe, I had no idea. I had no idea. And I'm gonna preface this by saying I've been reading comic books and watching movies for a long time. God willing, this coming Monday, I'm gonna see my 57th birthday. But I've been around these woods for a minute now. I absolutely have. So where do we begin first? We're comic book fans, right? Comic book fans. Okay. Well, let's start off with Ororo Munroe. Yeah, that's a hot topic. Woo! So I did a live last night. You see what I got on? You see what I got on? We got two. That's a crew. Y'all see? Oh, an official crew. You see? You see it? You see what I got? This is a safe space. Let me say that. This is a safe space. What's going on, Big Ruben? This is a safe space. And this video isn't about agreeing or disagreeing with one another. It isn't. It is about just sitting back, understanding, practicing empathy, if you will. It ain't even about liking, disliking. That's not what this video is about. It's not. And I don't even want us to approach this video this way, because that's not where I'm coming from. What's going on, Big James? That's not the direction that I'm coming from. So I'm gonna start with Ororo Munroe. Now, I might be putting more into this than I need to be, because we don't know. We haven't spoken. So this is all just assumption. I'm just letting y'all know this. All assumption, speculation. The fact of the matter is that the current Rite of Storm, Murewa Ayodele, is no longer on Twitter. Shout out to Gray. He hit me up, let me know that and everything like that. And I was like, wow, that's great. So quite a few other people went out there and saw that he was no longer reachable on Twitter. It's a shame, because I am currently reviewing his comic book. That's crazy. I forgot the comic book. Yeah. Akugan, Brutalizer of Gods. Mine is all over the place. And Akugan, Brutalizer of Gods is a great read. I'm really recommending that. As much, whatever disdain you have for what's going on in the current Storm series, you'll be more than pleased with what you get in Akugan, Brutalizer of the Gods. You see, I got my official shirt on, being fair. Well, I read issue 7, and a lot has come about after issue 7. But I want us to go back, because the name of the book is Storm, I think, the strongest mutant on Earth. The Earth's mightiest mutant. I think that's what it is. And I think when we look, if we think about the solicits that we got leading up to her series, it was all about leveling her up. We knew she was going to become the herald to eternity before that played out like that. That was the premise. You read it just like I did. You didn't see anything in there about Dr. Doom. You didn't see anything about Magneto. No, the premise was she was leveling up. That's what the solicits were all about. What happens when she becomes the herald of eternity? Okay, that's what that was. All right. Well, if you remember the solicit, and I'm paraphrasing, You know that's what that was. Now, you had options on the table at that point in time, because as my brother D-Rail would allude you to, if we're talking about leveling somebody up, that's a power scale move. Well, if you had a problem, if you don't like power scaling, this comic book ain't for you. You can't criticize the writer for doing something you knew damn good and well they were gonna do when you saw the solicit, and that's what that was. You got folks acting like they surprised that's what he was doing. Now, like I said, that was the solicit. What took me and many others by surprise is her fling with Logan. Now, I think we have to be fair about that. See what I got on? Be fair about that. That was only part of the book we had a problem with. Everything else was going fine to that part right there. Being fair. You can't say issue 3 was bad. You can say there was a part of issue 3 you didn't like. And the writer humbly said, okay, forget issue 3. He asked everybody that had an issue with issue 3 to forget about issue 3. Damn, that wasn't arrogant. That was literally him being humble. Hey, just think about that for a second. I don't think we gave it its due. Hey, y'all just forget about issue 3. Now, if you got an issue with issue 4, issue 5, issue 6, issue 7, that's something different. But he said, because I don't know how many writers say that, forget about issue 3. He didn't say forget out part of it. He didn't even blow his chest up about what he'd been giving you in issue 3. Took it on the chin. All right, I got something else better for y'all coming down the pipe. Now, this, to me, I'm all about Black representation and Black imagery. I hear quite a few of us hitting him upside the head about Logan. I don't hear those same people giving him his flowers for Frenzy, right? Cargill, Joanna Cargill. I don't hear folks, them same folks that complain about Logan. I do not hear the compliments for Joanna Cargill, Frenzy. Where you seen her at? Right. I don't hear the compliments for Jericho Drum. Where you seen him at? I don't hear the compliment for Maggot, who then popped up in 2 issues. Why not? Just being fair. Black representation, Black imagery, it's there. Yeah, I know we could feel some type of way about Chad. We could feel some, but I can't feel no way about Mama Rangan. Can I feel some way about Sango? Hell, that's the second time he didn't gave me Sango in a comic book. 2 different comic books. I got Sango. Okay, well, if I'm sitting back looking at all this, what writer is doing that? If I'm being fair, yes, I don't like that with Logan and Ororo. And I'm speaking for me, not speaking on behalf of the Rock With Me Nation. Hey, Grand Madam, what's going on? I'm not speaking on behalf of the Rock With Me Nation. This is all rhetorical. I'm able to sit back and go back and think about what the solicit was, the premise was for the comic book series. Okay, well, Aurora finna become the herald of eternity. Okay, all right. I'm able to sit back and say, okay, well, I didn't like that thing with Logan. But now I'm able to articulate why I don't like it with Logan. I didn't just say, well, I don't want her with Logan. No, I'm able to say, shout out to Mr. Ray Smith, she has a relationship with Jean that's like that. Jean and Logan are intimate. And Scott. But definitely Jean. Well, where she may have crossed that line once before, prior to having said relationship with Jean, now that she and Jean are there, why would she cross it again? That's a fair question. That's something that not only the writer should have taken into consideration, but the editors, if they gave a damn, should have taken into consideration. Unless you're saying these characters ain't shit. If that's what you're saying, these characters ain't shit because they will sleep with the other person that they call their friend's mate, that's what you're saying. But if you're saying these characters are supposed to be treated with respect, well, hell, last time I checked, respect starts at home. So that means the editors are not respecting them and the writers aren't respecting them. It's fair, but there's a way to be fair. There's a way to be critical. I'd like to think that we did that. Mr. Ray Smith spoke to those specifics. My brother Darryl spoke to those specifics. We spoke to those specifics. We even doubled back on it and we talked about black love. The folks that complain about T'Challa showing up in Ororo's comic book, the folks that say he abused her so much, well, Bishop didn't do a damn thing to her, so why is she not with Bishop? You can say Forge abused her, but see, you probably not going to say that because Forge is a mutant. But black fans, comic book fans, Black Panther fans, we didn't like that. Because the way we looked at it was, why does it always have to be the black character getting done like that? We didn't like that and didn't care for Bo DeMaio playing that back out of X-Men 97. No, we didn't give two damns. We stand for something, and that something is consistent. Nobody has to ever look at me and wonder which direction I'm coming from. Oh no, I'm coming from right there. But now all of us, in regards to what's going on with Storm, be honest with yourself. Can you say that? Were you being observant enough? Or did your feelings override what you were actually seeing? I've had folks ask, well, why was T'Challa in the book? Them same folks never asked why was Reed in that book. Reed was in that book. The same folks that had a problem with Tony popping up in the book, 50th anniversary. Why was Tony in the book? They don't ask why Reed was in the book. Reed was there doing the same damn thing T'Challa was, just in a panel. Nobody mentioned Reed. Nobody mentioned Reed. And I'm just saying, I'm sitting back like Saint Nick. I'm writing down my list and I'm checking it twice just to see who's been naughty and who's been nice, or rather who's been consistent and who ain't. Well, that's me being fair to the writer. You gave me some black characters that ain't really being used, and you used them. You made a way for them to fit into the story. You did. Even that one panel with T'Challa that everybody, T'Challa, Reed, and Tony, that everybody had a problem with, the panel made sense. It did. That panel made more sense than all the gods just pulling up, because we don't know why the gods pulled up yet. But that's what that was. But folks got issues with the portrayal of this character, and they're not being consistent with the issues that they have. Too many. And then in not being consistent, don't even know how to have a proper conversation, i.e. discourse with the writer. As my brother Darryl said, the writer is not going to write every damn thing you like. And if I'm being fair, he's giving me more to like in Storm than not to like. I said it once, I'll say it again. I did not like what transpired between her and Logan for a specific reason. Her and Jean are like sisters. That's number one. Number two, Logan is a slut. He's a slut puppy. He's a hoe. Logan ain't loyal to not one damn female over there. Not now. Hell, he ain't even loyal to the damn dudes. Logan came in as a slut puppy. He came in as somebody incorrigible. He came in as somebody who was content to break up a happy damn home, Scott and Jean, and that's what the ex-writers allowed to happen. Yeah, see, Stan Lee and Jack Kirby wrote Gene and Scott for Gene and Scott. They didn't write Scott and Gene for somebody damn else, but that's what we got. And Scott ain't just for Gene. Scott is for the streets, his damn self. But where's this animosity for Scott? It don't exist. Scott didn't slept with Gene. He didn't slept with Gene's clone. I can't think of a damn name. He didn't bedded Frenzy. Scott didn't slept with Emma. That's a slut pool over there. That's incest. That's what that is. They all each other over there. Okay, well, if I'm from Africa, pick one, and I'm supposed to be walking with the big dogs, I'm a king. Well, it's safe to damn say, if I'm a king, I got a harem. If that's how I'm getting down, I either got my queen or I got my harem. And if I'm a goddess, then it's safe to say I either got my king or I got my harem. Pick one. Pick one. But what she ain't is secondhand trash. No differently, because see, we say the same thing about T'Challa. T'Challa ain't secondhand trash. T'Challa ain't the second choice. He's the first choice. Aurora ain't the second choice. She's the first choice. And we not wrong for saying that. We not wrong for standing 10 toes down with that. Thus, as a self-respecting African American, Black American male, well, first of all, I'm not even going to conduct myself like that. And I don't hold myself in the prestige of being a honest to God king. Yeah, I say it. And I'm damn sure not consider myself to be no God. But if I'm calling it for what it is, then damn it, I got to walk it like I talk it. And if I'm saying that about this character got to be written like that. This character has to be written like that. We can't just come up with BS ass reasons why the character gonna do some nonsense. Because see, that character being who she is would have went home and meditated. That character being who she is would have went home and prayed to her gods. She's going through something. That she would have tapped into her spiritual essence. Because if we know nothing else about Ororo Munroe, she's more spiritual than T'Challa is, but she didn't do that. She conducted herself like a tramp. She made the decision that meant that a man would make, not a god would make, not a goddess would make. No, she didn't make that decision. She made the decision of a simple man. Well, she's made those decisions before. But in this particular story, when we're elevating her, when that's what we're supposed to be doing, this wasn't necessary. That's a fair complaint. That's a fair complaint. But you cannot be one of those folks who get upset. You want to say she's an independent woman. Well, would an independent woman really sleep with a hoe? Somebody that don't wash his ass. Forget the romanticism involved in it. What is Aurora, 5'11"? She's sleeping with somebody 5'5" that don't wash his ass, that drink piss water, that smoke cigars all the damn time, drink all the damn time, probably don't brush his teeth either, hairy as hell. That's because we saw this, what this Logan looked like in Deadpool and Wolverine, right? That's what the goddess, that's what she would be attracted to. T'Challa wouldn't be attracted to that if that was a female. T'Challa would not be attracted to a female with them same damn qualities. Bishop wouldn't be attracted to a female with them same damn. Frenzy wouldn't be attracted to a male with them same damn. Tempo wouldn't be. Monica Lynn, Nakia, Ayo, Shorty, Misty Knight, none of them women would be attracted to that runt. The runt who got children out here to a degree he ain't seeing about. See, that all makes sense from a writing standpoint. The question is, what did the editorial department tell the writer? Because like I said, I'm reading Akugan, and that's a complete 180 from what I'm getting over here. Whatever concerns how I feel. Oh no, black women making love to black men making love. Ain't no such thing. The priestess, the high priestess was an independent woman. You know who she was smashing? She was smashing a black slave. Olsen. Yeah. She was a goddess. Who was she smashing? A black god. See, I got his book. I got his book. And what's going on over here ain't going on over there. Now, the other damaged thing about this is this. I'm curious to know how many X-Men fans have read the other book, Akugan, Brutalizer of the Gods, would even go above and beyond to review that book, recommend that book, because it's a great book, but now they might be offended because they're not in it. They might be offended because the only person, and I can't even say it's her, the high priestess. Ain't nobody sleeping around with everybody in that book. No. Akugan got a dad. Now, watch the Akugan got a mama and a daddy. Daddy sleeping with mama, mama sleeping with daddy. Yeah, ain't nobody out there in them streets like that. Yeah. Over in his book, which is avoiding us like a plague over in Marvel Comics, we got a mama and daddy. Yeah, the titular character, Akugan, get to see his mom and daddy all the way up until adulthood. Sure does. Sure does. And it ain't like, you know how they say over here in Civil War, the living are not done with you yet. Oh no, Akugan got all that back. Everybody that did his family in, he went and got all of them back. Even the God. But see, you see how I'm giving a fair assessment of that book? In comparison to this book over here? Fair assessments. I'm just going to say some stuff over here you like, some stuff over here you don't like, because I'm able to keep it consistent, because I'm going to take my feelings up out of it. We're not doing that. We're not even able to have if you were on Twitter when issue 7 came out, you read them comments. Some of them comments came from X-Men fans. Some of them comments came from Black Panther fans. Some of them comments came from Storm fans. Everybody play their part. And no. If I had to say the right